I'm CASSIAFAEHAYDEN. Welcome to my channel. An update on my wrist before I get into the fidgets. I went to the orthopedic doctor to get it looked at, and he says that it's like basically I screwed up my thumb. It's not just my carpal tunnel. I also screwed up my thumb on top of it. So he put me on an anti-inflammatory and wants me to use an anti-inflammatory cream 4 times a day on it, and also gave me this thumb splint brace and told me to basically never take it off. He said that it may never heal, but if it does, that quite like carpal tunnel, if I use my hand, it'll come back. And which then I can't use my hand after that anyway, because I can't use my hand now. So basically my hand is probably crippled for the rest of my life. And I was hoping to get my application for my in-home helper filled out and processed by actually Tuesday this week. I'm actually filming on Saturday, but to try to get it done, so if I'm too sick to film, I can just have it already done and ready to upload. But hi, Freak. Hi, sweetie. You want to say hi? Say hi. She's a sweet girl. She likes to snuggle. But so I got my portion all filled out, and you don't want to know what I went through to get this application. It was a nightmare, and on top of it, I can't write right now. I can't. My hand doesn't work. I can't hold a pen, and when I can hold a pen, it looks like I wrote with my feet. It's bad. My handwriting was bad before that. And now it's so bad it's not even legible. So I can't even read my handwriting. It's so bad now. But, and that was before having to wear the brace 24/7 too. Free, I don't want my phone knocked over, honey. I'm doing a video, sweetheart. I don't want you to knock over my phone, okay? Please? You can sit on my lap. I don't mind. Yeah, we like your company, don't we? Yeah. So anyway, there's that situation. So I got it all filled out, and I dropped it off with my doctor's receptionist to get her to give it to him. He'd already agreed to fill it out, and even told me that he'd send it to DHS for me so I could get it in on time before the deadline, because the deadline is the 20th, and which is this coming Tuesday. And if it's not in by the deadline, I have to wait to get a new application and refill it out, and then have to go through the whole process. I have to wait months, for them to get the program started again, because the deadline for the end of the program is the 20th. So once the 20th is over, I have to wait months before they restart it again. But if I get it in before then they could push it through. Well, I was expecting for it to get done, right? Because that's what I was told, was that it was going to get done by my doctor. So I dropped it off. I went home all excited, thinking I'm going to actually be able to get things done and clean around here, because I can't do anything with my hand. I can't brush my hair. I can't wash my hair. I can't write. I can't clean. I can't cook. I can't do anything. I can't even brush my teeth. I have to relearn how to do everything that I can't do without my right hand, with my left hand. And I keep dropping everything with my left hand, or I just can't get a good enough grip on it to be able to do those things. So I'm still trying, but nothing's getting done. Nothing. I can't do it, anything without my right hand. So I need the in-home helper. I need the in-home helper before I messed up my wrist and my thumb. Um, so, and like the orthopedic doctor said, this is going to be a permanent condition. I'm never going to be able to properly use my right hand again. So I have to learn to do everything with my left hand now and get help. So, I go home all excited thinking that I'm going to get the process started to get my in-home helper so I can get stuff done. And then, like a few hours later, I get a message and a phone call from the nurse telling me that they can't accept my application because there's a stain on it, which was ice cream because I had it on the table, the only table I have in my house, while I was actually trying to deal with a low blood sugar issue. My sugar had dropped and I was trying to get it back up again by having a few spoonfuls of ice cream. And obviously, when your sugar's low, your hands shake. Well, my hand shook too much and it landed on the application, and it kind of seeped into the envelope, and the cat started walking on it and licking at it and smearing it all over the envelope. So they refused to take it. They actually tried to claim that it was feces because apparently anything brown colored that's from chocolate, for some reason they are convinced is feces. So I explained, no, it's not feces, it's ice cream. And if you still don't want to take it because there's an ice cream stain on it, then please just throw away the outside envelope. And if there's anything wrong with the documents inside, please make a copy of it and then just use that. Well, after I suggested throwing away the envelope, the nurse came back with the reply saying that they have to throw away the documents because it's on the documents too. And I'm like, well, why can't you just make a copy of it and use the copy? She didn't reply at all. I messaged her again explaining the situation, that I can't get another one for months and that I need the help now, that I can't even wipe when I go to the bathroom. I mean, I'm not going to ask somebody to do that. That's a little bit far for me. I don't even want somebody giving me showers. I mean, I know I need someone to give me showers, but I don't really want someone I don't know, like a stranger, like touching me while I'm wet and naked. I know I need it, but I really don't want it, But I mean, so if my wrist is so bad that I can't do anything at all, and I can't get a new application for months, I mean, obviously it's pretty dire that she not throw it away, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. It's ice cream. Ice cream. So still she wouldn't reply. She wouldn't reply. She still has yet to reply. So I'm fairly certain that she threw it away. And so I called DHS to see what I can do about it, and they flat out told me, well, we already warned you that we can't send you a new one for months now. You need to tell them that. You need to tell them that them throwing away this application is kind of illegal, that it's a violation of their medical oath, that it's a violation of a neglect of them doing their job, and that they could be fired or sued over it. And I'm like, that's going a bit far, isn't it? Like, they're going to think that I'm threatening them if I tell them this. And they're like, well, that's all I got for you. You either can get them to fill it out and send it in, or you have to wait months. So I did. I went back and told them the situation. And I was like, well, I don't want to sound like I'm threatening you, but this is what I was told by DHS. I would in no way try to sue you because it's not worth my time or my health or my energy. But this is what DHS told me to tell you. Still, no reply. From my doctor's nurse. It's her job to get back to me as soon as possible over medical situations. She just doesn't care. And this is the same nurse that neglected to make sure I had insulin, neglected to refill my insulin for weeks. That me and my pharmacist had to keep calling her and calling her and calling her and calling her and calling her before she would fill my insulin. Like, she just wouldn't do it. And then because of her refusing to fill my insulin, my doctor actually has in my file that I'm non-compliant because I didn't have my insulin to take because she never filled it for 3 freaking weeks. 3 weeks. And I believe it was 12 phone calls between me and my pharmacist trying to get a hold of her. 12 phone calls and 3 weeks, and she still she took that long to fill my insulin. I could have died. And yet it says in my file that I'm the non-compliant one because she didn't do her job. So she's lazy as fuck. Excuse my language, but she's lazy, refusing to do her job, and throwing away my important irreplaceable documents that I need processed now. I can't do anything. My hand doesn't work. I can't. Okay, look. I can't even bend my fingers. I can't bend my thumb. If I can't even bend my fingers and my thumb, and she's throwing away the thing that I need to get help for the things I can't do because of that, I mean, don't I have every right to be pissed off and frustrated about it? I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I tried, and she still won't reply. I'm pretty sure she threw it away. And now I have to wait months to even try to get a new application to get help. I can't even clean my house or feed myself or take care of myself. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's not why you're here. You're here for fidgets. So, I'm sorry guys, I really needed to vent, and I'm sure some of you guys wanted to know how my wrist was doing after hearing how bad it's been doing lately. It's not doing better, but I mean, at least I have a brace now that does better than my old brace. I checked to see if it would work for my other hand in case I could possibly use it for that one and not have to get rid of it. Hey, Sage, stop. Thank you. I don't want my drink on the floor or all over the table. Thank you, please. Okay. So, I did check. It's not a reversible brace. I was hoping it was, because sometimes the ones I get, sometimes they're cheap, so sometimes they are reversible. But it's not, so I had to put it in my donation bag, but my consignment bag. But maybe I'll ask my mom and see if she wants to take it because she has carpal tunnel also. I think is in both wrists like I do too. So maybe I should, before bringing in my consignment bag, I should ask her if she would use it, since I can't use it on my right wrist anymore. Because I have to have this kind now. Now I have to buy a whole bunch of these so I can wash this. I don't know with what money, but I mean, I could try. But anyway, so to the fidgets. We are doing Christmas Popits today. These ones the bubbles don't really pop. So they're kind of more like, I wouldn't actually use these ones as fidget toys. I'd more like use them as Christmas ornaments to put on my Christmas tree I had my Christmas tree. Or like decorate my apartment with them. Just hang them up as decorative. Because, I mean, it still looks like a poppet. Even though it doesn't work like one. So, I mean, it's cute for a decoration. And then the Christmas tree one, you know, the same. Even though it's still got that little imperfection there. I guess when the machine pressed it, it like made a hole. But you know that stuff happens when you use machines to make things. Sometimes the machines make mistakes, and it's an unavoidable thing that just happens sometimes. So yeah, these are probably going to be just ornaments that I pull out around the holidays to put up to like make things look more fidgety. I did find another Barbie. Well, it's not really a Barbie, but like a doll. It kind of looks sort of like a Barbie. That has like fairy wings on it that I can use to make another tree fairy, because my original tree fairy is a Barbie Mariposa. But this one I found it's like made to like it's made to be like a fidget toy. I'm sorry about that. One of my cats knocked over my phone and it turned off my phone, which turned off the video. But anyway, so I found this like doll that's like supposed to be like it's like a series. There's like 4 of them. But the other ones aren't like fairies. But it's got like fidget toys on it. So it's got like a popper, something, I think, like maybe, I think one of those bean pod type things sort of on its head, and then like as like a hair thing. And then it's got like poppet wings. And then it's got like a squishy stress ball kind of like donut tutu. And I was thinking that if I bought that, I could make it into a tree fairy the same way that I did my my Barbie Mariposa, where I basically just cut the top and the bottom off of a pop bottle and then you know, just kind of shoved her legs in there, and then took some fabric to kind of create a skirt for her, and just kind of stuck that underneath her normal pretty little skirt. So I figured, you know, that you know, if I want to do like a fidget Christmas tree type theme, I could maybe do that as my tree topper. But anyway, so and I know I've shown some of these to you guys already, but I'm trying to do them in like a like sections, so like I can get more videos out of it. But like Mrs. Bench does. Mrs. Bench does that all the time. She does like sections of videos, like how many cat poppets do you have, or so on and so forth. But whatever. And then there's this little reindeer. I can only pop 3 of his. It's not dented enough to do more than that. But I mean, it's still good, and its nose pops, and it's so cute. It's so cute. It's cute. And then we have my penguin. I actually just did a Poppet pin art video for you guys that I haven't uploaded yet, and I'm thinking I'm gonna upload it after I do upload this video. Because you guys seem to like my pin art Poppet videos. So I made a pin art Poppet video with the penguin. And I'm thinking I'm going to put Baby It's Cold Outside as the background music for it. Because I think that's perfect for a penguin. I know it's a creeper song, but it's perfect for a penguin. And then there's my Christmas Simple Dimple. Some of the things have worn off on it, like that one right there, really obviously worn off. But, you know, that's okay. I don't mind. The more you use your fidget toys, the more they're going to wear out anyway. I am not putting that much pressure on holding this. I'm using my left hand to try to put all the pressure into my left hand. So, I don't want you guys to worry about me, okay? And then, last but not least, my big present poppet. I love this because you can put it on the table and pop it, or you can put it in your lap and pop it. And it's got some really nice pops on it. See how crisp that sounds? I think one of them popped on. Yep. I really shouldn't be holding this up with my right hand for you guys, but it's only for a minute. And I'm probably going to put my heating pad on my wrist after that. And then, you know, when I'm done making my video for you. And then, maybe soak it under some hot water for a little bit. Afreet, you're in the way, love bug. You can't walk on my cord. Okay? You can't. I know. See, all the way around it, on both sides, it has great pops. Of my my Christmas Popits, I would say, well, I'll get to that actually in the next video. I don't want to do spoilers. But that's what my next video is about. All of my Christmas fidget toys and which ones are my favorites and why the ones that aren't my favorites aren't my favorites. I still like them. You know, just because they're not my favorites doesn't mean I don't still like them. I still like them, but you know, which ones are my favorites and why, you know. But anyway, I'll get to that in the next video. And if it's still saying hi, say hi, Afreet. Say hi. Say hi, guys. That's pretty. That's pretty, Afreet. Do you guys know what Afreet means? It's a fire djinn. If you know mythical creatures, djinn are like genies. So, like, she's basically my little fire genie. She grants my wishes all the times. My wishes for kisses and hugs and pets and snuggles. And she doesn't even need magic to do it. You grant me my wishes. My wishes for love. Yeah. No, magic or no magic, that's pretty impressive for a genie. Being able to grant my wishes without even needing to use magic. Yeah, of course she's not really a genie. She's just named after one. I think it's funny because I've had people in the past act like I'm fucking crazy, excuse my language, act like I'm crazy, thinking that I actually genuinely think that my animals are the creatures that they're named after. And I'm like, dude, it's a name. What's wrong with you that you would think that I would think that? Right? Um, like Ash's name is Ash Dragon. So sometimes when I walk in the door or if I'm looking for him, I'll be like, Mr. Dragon. And then there was this one person who used to come over to my house all the time before I moved. Turned out he was a giant dick. But anyway, I wonder what how I figured that out. But anyway, he'd come in my house and be like, "You do realize he's not really a dragon?" I'm like, "I'm aware of that. That's his name." And don't tell him that. He thinks he is. You're gonna crush his little feelers. Don't crush his feelings. He thinks he's a dragon. Let him think what he wants to think. If he wants to believe he's a dragon, let him believe he's a dragon. It ain't gonna hurt him any. He's a cat. He's not hurting anybody by thinking he's a dragon. But I think even Ash knows he's not really genuinely a dragon. I think he knows, like I know, that it's just his name. But no, I can't understand how somebody could be so disrespectful and rude that they would imply that you think that your animals are mythical creatures just because they're named after them. Like I have a cat named Phoenix too. I don't think he's a phoenix. I think that's his name, but I don't think he's a phoenix. but but yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot of people say shit like that to me before, like implying that I must be nuts because my animals are named after mythical creatures and for some reason have it in their heads that I could possibly think that they're not cats. I'm like, are you nuts? What are you on? Of course they're cats. I'm fairly certain I couldn't handle a real dragon or a real phoenix or a real djinn. They would be too much for me to handle. If they existed. But anyway. Oh man. We're not in Harry Potter. This is real life. Oh man, people, I tell you what. Oh man. There are those people though out there that think that just because you're interested in stuff like that, that just because you're entertained by fantasy novels and fantasy TV, that they think that you think it's real. Like, you don't have to think something's real to enjoy it. And the whole point of enjoying it is the fact that it is not real. It wouldn't be entertaining to me if it was. To me, that's the whole point. I like the stuff that couldn't possibly be real because to me, the fantasy stuff, the stuff that's not real, Sage, come on, babe, stop it. The stuff that's not real, you're gonna knock over my phone, honey. Stop, okay? Say hi to the camera. Say hi. I'm naughty, but very cute and very pretty. The stuff that's not real, like, in real life, the bad guys are not defined. You can't tell who they are just by looking at them. They don't look scary or drag or they don't look like bad people most of the time. Usually they look like perfectly normal people, like everyday people, So you can't like clearly define who the bad guy is in real life. In fantasy, you can. You almost always can tell who the bad guy is. Because they almost always look like a bad guy. They almost always either look like a monster or like they're in drag. But all the female bad guys are always looking like all painted up like they're in drag. But anyway, then in real life, the good guy doesn't always win. The good guy very, very rarely ever wins. The heroine very rarely is kept safe and protected, or saved, you know. But in fantasy, the heroine is always protected and saved and kept safe, and the hero always wins, always. Um, and then there's the whole concept of magic. That's really cool. Um, I don't think it would be quite as cool if it was real, because there would be all that bad stuff that happens in in fantasy movies and fantasy TV and fantasy stories, that all the bad stuff that could destroy a world, that would be a lot less cool if it was real. The fact that it's not real is what makes it so cool. Cuz I mean, we got enough bad stuff going on in our world that doesn't involve magic and doesn't involve, you know, clearly defined monsters and all that without adding this stuff to it. I mean, the world is bad enough. It's nice to be able to escape into a world where there's fantasy creatures and magic and heroes and heroines that always win, and the bad guys always defeated, and everything's magical and beautiful and just cool, instead of you know constantly being faced with the reality of how bad and dark and evil the real world really can be. I mean, the real world can be very beautiful too. There's a lot of good things here also, like Sam and my family and my friends and my kitties, and there are good things too. And let's not forget about spring and summer, how beautiful that is. There's good everywhere, but there's also bad everywhere, and it's a lot harder to see the bad in between the good in real life. So, I mean, when you're having a bad day and it feels like the real world is just too overwhelming, it's nice to open a book or turn on the TV and escape into something that isn't real, that could never happen. So, yeah, I like fantasy stuff. Doesn't mean I believe it. Doesn't mean I believe it's real, but I like it because it's not real. The whole reason I like it is because it's not real. But anyway, that's for all those people who for some reason are convinced that just because somebody likes fantasy stuff, they must think it's real. Yeah. I mean, there are people that do think fantasy stuff is real, but they're also crazy. So, yeah. But anyway, I mean, we all have our own little levels of crazy. Like my ADHD and my inability to shut up, that I'm still trying to work on. I still need to get a hold of the therapist my doctor told me to call to get that sorted out. And then I've been meaning to, but I keep forgetting because I have not been sleeping well. And then when I wake up, I fall back asleep. And then I wake up again, I fall back asleep. Or I'm just so tired I can't move or think or function. it's getting difficult. Mostly because, winter is here. it's it's right outside the window. There's snow. And it doesn't just affect my body, it affects my mind too. So I get really, really foggy around winter time. I'm foggy all the time in general, but my flares get worse in the winter because cold, damp, it affects even biometric pressure. It affects my fibro in negative ways. There's a whole bunch of different triggers that other than just the cold and the damp and the biometric pressure, but basically winter is like a season-long flare, where my bad days in the summer, my summer flares are like every day during the winter. And then like my bad days during the winter, I can't move at all. Like there's nothing going to happen the whole day. No matter how hungry I get or how much the cats need fed, if I can't move my body, I can't move my body. And it sucks. Because the cats need fed, I need fed. And stuff around the house needs done. But I know, honey. Nimue is in heat. I'm sure you can hear her in the background, and her butt is really kind of like on my table, sticking itself in my face. She can't help it. It's not her fault. What can you do? Poor thing. But anyway, yeah, so my health is just going to keep decreasing over the next few months. It's going to get harder and harder for me to function, and harder for me to get anything done or take care of myself. And with my wrist on top of it, I mean, it was hard enough in the winters without my wrist being messed up to the point where I can't use it at all. I mean, what can I really do? All I can do is just hope I can get the next application as fast as possible, or hope that they didn't throw it away and just fill it out and send it in. Yes, you're cute, a freak. She's my helper. She's helping. And then, hope that it gets processed and I get my interview and that gets processed after that, and and somehow get the in-home helper before winter is over, so I'm not going the whole winter without being able to do anything at all. But oh man, Sam does his best to help me as much as he can, but he's sick too, and there's his financial issues with gas and stuff on top of it. It's hard for him too. He can't always take me everywhere. He can't always, do everything for me. He does his best though. He does what he can. It's hard for him, but he tries. Like I'm pretty sure there's been multiple occasions where he's put himself in flares to make sure that I'm okay and taken care of. I'm fairly certain of it. I mean, to me, when he leaves, he looks like he's in flares. He's in pain before he even gets me home most of the time. And I don't mean like everyday pain. I mean like he's already in a flare. Before he even leaves the store when we're grocery shopping. I mean, it's etched all over his face, and the way he sits in the car, with his back straight, like he's in too much pain to even relax while driving. You can just tell he's in agony. And there's really nothing he can do about it, because autoimmunes just don't go away. So, I mean, he tries. And, I mean, What can you do? Really, what can you do? But, I mean, work with what we got, right? Just do our best to get through the winter and make it out the other side. Because, I mean, I know spring isn't as easy as summer, but it's a lot easier than winter. I'll take it. I like spring. Things are easier to get done in spring when you can move more and you have less flares. But yeah, anyway, I'll let you guys go, and I hope you enjoyed the video with the Popits, and I hope I didn't go on too long with talking about my stuff and or bore you or make you feel like, what the hell, girl, like, damn, something. But you know, if you were wanting to know more about what's going on with my medical issues and my health and my flares and my wrist and all that, you know, you got your info. And you know, if not, then you know, I'm sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments or thoughts or feelings, always feel free to leave a message in the comments down below. I always love to hear what you guys have to say. I always love to hear what anyone has to say. Yes, I know, Sage. I love you too. I'm pretty sure she might be in heat too. She's been doing that for a few weeks now. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Meow? You don't know? You don't know what you're looking for? I think she's just in a playful mood. I think she might be chasing a fly. Yep, she's chasing a fly. But anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. And have a beautiful and blessed day. And Crazy Cat Lady is going to be at the end of the video. Just kind of like basically telling you guys Merry Christmas. And if you guys like Crazy Cat Lady at the end of my videos, please let me know. If you guys like my little cutesy hats and my cutesy headbands, let me know. Give me your thoughts and your feelings on stuff, because the more you guys talk to me, the more I know what to do. I mean, I kind of just wing it as much as I can, but yeah, you know, if you guys let me know if you like some of the stuff that I do, I'll be more likely to keep doing it, because, you know, if you guys don't talk to me and tell me what you like, I don't know. And then sometimes I start thinking maybe I'm not doing what you guys like and I'm weirding you guys out, and then I stop doing it, and then people are like, hey, well, we like that. Why'd you stop doing it? And then I'd be like, well, nobody told me they liked it, and I wasn't getting as much views as I normally do. So I was starting to think maybe you guys didn't like it, so I stopped doing it. So you guys got to let me know. If you like something that I'm doing, let me know. Any of my content, any types of fidget hauls, or the advent calendars, or my hats, or Crazy Cat Lady, anything you guys like, let me know. I mean, I would love to have your input, because I do care. What you guys think, you're my audience. What you guys think is important to me. I mean, it should be, because you're my audience. And I don't just consider you guys my audience either. I can, even those of you that I don't really know, I still consider you guys my friends because, you know, you're here for me. You know, you come by, you watch my videos, you hear from me. I mean, obviously, I consider Lindsay my friend. She's my best friend. And obviously, I consider Sam my friend. He is my love. But I know those are not the only two people watching my videos. And, if Mrs. Bench ever stops by and watches a video of mine, or Nerdy Crafter ever stops by and watches a video of mine, that would be over the moon, beyond awesome to me. Hell, even if How to ADHD Chick were to stop by and watch one of my videos and mention, if any of them mentioned me in one of their videos, I would be over the moon. Like, I am kind of like a super fan of them. I know it's only been a few months since I started watching them, but I mean, I couldn't be more impressed by their content. I mean, I thought I liked the Dollar Tree hauls, but when I found fidget toy hauls and fidget toys in general, and slime, and of course, information on ADHD, that really, really hit home and was like, wow, it's okay. It's okay to like these things. It's okay to have these issues. And it's okay for me to be as goofy as I am. Because I'm not this sober and boring outside of my videos. I just get really nervous for you guys, and then I can't shut up, and then I get really, really kind of boring. Usually outside of my videos, I'm really kind of goofy and not quite as serious all the time. And how goofy Mrs. Bench and Nerdy Crafter get on their channels, and how How to ADHD explains that on her channels, and all the things that I have that I always was told growing up, and since being an adult, by my entire family, by counselors, by my school, by everyone I knew from childhood to adulthood, that there was something wrong with me, that wasn't normal behavior, it wasn't normal interests, that there was something seriously wrong with me that I needed to figure out how to fix, and then fix. That I was wrong, that I was off, broken, unable to have people be around because I'm incapable of being someone that people can enjoy being around. Not just from family have I gotten that. Counselors, family, people I used to consider friends. My whole life I've been treated like a pariah because I can't shut up, because I'm too hyper for their taste. They can't handle being around me for too long without wanting to blow their brains out, apparently, or hit me, or mentally abuse me, or, scream at me, or just avoid me like the plague. Ignore me, pretend I'm not there, talk over me. And I mean, I can't blame them, because I know how I get with the talking and the interrupting and the hyperactivity, but I can't help it, and I never have been able to help it. And my whole life I have been told that it's not a condition, that it was something wrong with me that I needed to learn how to fix, that I could help it, and I needed to learn to stop. But after watching How to ADHD, I figured out that they're all wrong. They're all wrong. It's just part of my ADHD. All of it. Everything that everyone my whole life has had a problem with was all just part of my ADHD. My interests, my hyperactivity, my inability to shut up, my interrupting, my stuttering, my talking over people, on and on and on and on and on. All the problems I've had my whole life is all from my ADHD. And some of them aren't even problems. Some of them are just distractions, that my interests are distractions from my ADHD that are good for my ADHD that I didn't know until after watching her. But I had been told my whole life that because I enjoy those things, that I must be retarded because it's not mentally healthy for someone from teenage years to adulthood to enjoy those things. That the only way I could enjoy those things is if I was retarded. Obviously, I learned they were wrong. I mean, I always knew I wasn't retarded anyway, because and I do not like the word retarded, but this is how they described me. They didn't use autistic or any of the appropriate terms for that type of uh, mental health issues. Like that, people can't help it if they're autistic, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just some people's brains aren't made the same way, like mine with the ADHD. But the fidget toys help people with ADHD and other issues like that, like people who have autism, deal with their focus issues and their hyperactivity, and we are able to put that hyperactivity and our focus into those fidget toys so that we can focus on the people around us better without becoming such a severe distraction that they can't stand to be around us. However, medication helps from I've learned from How to ADHD. And I have never been on medication for ADHD. I have been medicated in the past, misdiagnosed as bipolar. And even the doctor learned that I was misdiagnosed before removing me from the medications. But for about 2 decades, I was on medication for bipolar disorder, and you name it, I was on it. And all it ever did, and they changed the dosages trying to find one that was right, and they never found one. No matter what they did, it either turned me into a zombie or it made me suicidal and have even actual bipolar, because I didn't have bipolar to begin with. All I had was PTSD and ADHD. But when you don't have bipolar and then you're treated with bipolar meds, it causes bipolar. So they had to drug me to the point where I couldn't function in order to stop the bipolar if I was on bipolar meds. Because if I was on bipolar meds without making me into a zombie, I wasn't mentally functioning properly because it caused me to be bipolar. So, I've never been on ADHD meds. I want to get on ADHD meds now that I've gotten over the whole I've been drugged my whole life to make me crazy thing. And too afraid to try any other meds that have anything to do with psychological effects. But I figure if I go on to a medication that actually is right for me, or is supposed to be for a condition I actually have, that maybe it might actually help. So, and I have had, like, I might have mentioned this last year. I had a doctor last year who lied to me and tried to get me on psych meds, and um she almost made me kill myself because she put me on psych meds, lying to me, telling me it was for fibromyalgia. And then I looked it up after I started feeling all nutty, and sure as shit, it was a psych med. And I had flat out told her that I could not be put on psych meds because that's what they do to me. And she lied to me about it to get me on it. I mean, I was pretty clear about the fact that it doesn't work well on me, that it makes me have the opposite effect of mental stability. I would really rather not be mentally unstable because someone put me on a medication that makes me mentally unstable. I know I have my issues. I am really annoying to be around, but as annoying as I get, I'm still mentally stable when I'm not on meds. I'm annoying. And yes, I want to fix that. But I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm not depressed for no reason. I'm not depressed at all most of the time. If I do get depressed, then it's usually because I end up having a pretty good reason to be. I mean, I was just told that I may never be able to use my hand again. And my nurse threw away my application to get help for it. And I'm not depressed. I'm still pissed off about it, but I'm actually laughing about it because really, can I really like sit here and be depressed about it? I can't do anything about it. So, isn't it like a waste of my mental health and my time to be depressed about it? So, I mean, I'm sure we'll get it fixed at some point, if not by her pulling her head out of her butt and getting it done, if she still has the application, then by waiting the few months it'll take for me to get a new application. I'm sure we'll get it done. It'll just probably take longer. It's frustrating, but what can you do? I mean, obviously, as annoying and hyper as I get, not depressed. Tired a lot, but I also do have fibromyalgia and don't really sleep. So if I get like 1 to 2 hours of sleep at night, I don't know how anybody could not be tired. Because who wouldn't be? But yeah, I think anybody would be tired if they were getting only 1 or 2 hours of sleep a night, most nights. And then the good days are like 4 hours. And that's all year long. Because I have excruciating pain 24/7 that makes it hard for me to sleep. And then I have ADHD, so my thoughts never shut up. I'm trying to go to sleep and my mind is just running, 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 running. More than my mouth currently is. It goes 100 miles a minute. So, like, in the span of me being able to say, like, a sentence, I've already had, like, 5 of these, like, long-ass I can't shut up videos crammed into my head all at once. And just, like, running, 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 running. That and the pain. And then the cat's trying to climb on my throat and sleep on my throat. And try to sleep on my face. And like walking on my boobs and on my stomach while I'm trying to sleep, and on my arm that's already numb to begin with. So like when they walk on it, it genuinely hurts a lot. Or knocking shit over. They knocked my TV over twice last night. Twice. They knocked it right off the table onto the floor. Thank God it didn't break. Thank God it didn't break them. But, naughty cats, overly snuggly cats, severe ADHD, and fibro pain. And then on top of it, I have really bad asthma too. So when I lay down at night, I'm allergic to dust mites and cat dander and feathers. I sleep with a feather pillow. I do not have protective coverings on my pillows or my bed to keep away the dust mites. And I can't afford to change my sheets right now because I don't have a way to wash my laundry and I don't have very many sheets that fit my bed. So, yeah, I take my medicine every day lately, but when I lay down to sleep, I can't breathe. So, what can you do? What can you do? And people are like, why can't you sleep? We're going to have to send you to a sleep. This is what that one crazy doctor had me doing last year. She's like, we're going to have to send you to a sleep doctor. I'm like, why? I know why I can't sleep. They're not going to tell me anything I don't already know. You're just wasting my time, my health, and my energy by sending me to talk to somebody who's not going to tell me anything I don't already know, because they're going to sit there and ask me why I can't sleep, and then I'm going to tell them and they're going to be like, oh, well, we can't help you because you already know why you can't sleep and it's nothing we can do anything about. Now, and that's exactly what they said. I was right. When it comes to my health and my doctors giving me the runaround, I'm usually right. I try to work with them anyway, just to give them the benefit of the doubt, because they are doctors. And then we find out I'm right. That I was right the whole time. And had they just listened the first time, we would have wasted all this time and energy, and wouldn't have had to waste it, and would have just gone on our way to getting it taken care of in the first place. Like, but the doctors don't seem to like to listen to their patients. They like to act like they know everything. And like, even though it's our bodies, we're stupid, and because we don't have medical degrees, we couldn't possibly know what could be going on with our bodies. Keep this in mind. It's our bodies, right? We're the ones that are feeling it every day, right? Now, I have, some medical knowledge. I do. And then I did a lot of research over the years for fibromyalgia on top of it. I run a fibromyalgia group with thousands of members. Thousands. I've lost count of how many members I have. There's so many members. I think it said something K behind it. That's all I know. I haven't checked how many in like a year now. It's been a while. I don't care as long as people are getting the help they need. But in order to run a fibro group, you have to kind of know a little bit about fibro. And you learn a lot about fibro from the people in the group also. And you got to do your own research to make sure that what they post is actually true. So I know my fibro. I know everything about it. And then I know my body, what I'm feeling and experiencing myself. I know diabetes because I've had to take care of my grandma, like most of my my young teen life, since I was 12 when she got dementia. Somebody had to take care of her insulin, because with dementia, and until mom was able to move in, there was nobody else able to take care of it. There was nobody there but me. So, come on, Afreet. Come on. So somebody had to take care of it. So I learned about diabetes long before I had it. You can sit on me. I just don't want you by my phone while I'm filming, okay? And then, my mom on top of it. I have a lot of medical stuff, medical knowledge, just kind of squeezed in there. I'm not going to mention all of it, but the little things. My mom is also used to be a respiratory therapist, and while she was going through college, she kind of used us as her flashcards. And I don't know if any of you actually know this, but in order to become a respiratory therapist, you don't just learn your field, you have to learn everything a doctor needs to know in order to become a respiratory therapist. Not a nurse, everything a doctor knows, on top of having to learn all the respiratory therapy issues, all the respiratory therapy needs. So they're more educated than a doctor. Yeah. And when you're taught these things at 3 years old, believe it or not, a 3-year-old can retain knowledge better than a college student. So what I learned from my mom at 3, I still remember. If I were to take courses on it now, I wouldn't be able to remember it. So there's that. And then, there's other things that I have medical knowledge in as well. But anyway, keeping that in mind, I actually do know what I'm talking about when it comes to my medical stuff. And then on top of it, it's my body. I can feel it. The doctor can't. I experience it every day. The doctor can't. The doctor can't be in your body and see and feel and experience what you deal with every day. All they can do is ask you questions and make an educated hypothesis based on their medical knowledge. They can't know exactly what you're dealing with because they're not the ones feeling it. They can try. They can do their best. I'm not saying don't see your doctors. I'm saying, it's important that you know what's going on with you and you explain what's going on with you to your doctors and you make sure they listen. If you're feeling things and experiencing things and having issues and feelings physically that you feel like your doctor needs to know, or emotionally that you feel like your doctor needs to know, they can't treat you properly unless you give them every detail you can. And if they don't listen to you, they can't give you a proper diagnosis and can't help you properly. So you got to have you've got to do your part by making sure they know what's going on with you. And 2, you've got to make sure you have a doctor that actually listens to you, that is willing to work with you and the things that they're hearing from you of what you're dealing with. Because they can't, again, they can't fix it if they don't know, but they also can't fix it if they don't listen enough to hear you. It's a two-way street. They need you to help them fix you, and you need them to help them fix you. But anyway, I feel bad for you guys now because this started out as a fidget video and then it turned into like a rant video, and I'm sorry. But I don't know, some of you guys like that. Some of you guys hate it. But if you guys got any helpful information that you didn't know before, cool. You know, whatever I can do to make your guys' day a little bit brighter. And I'm sorry if I was annoying or if I ran on too long. I know I do that, but like I said, I'm trying to get on medication for it to try to control the talking a little bit more. But at least now I know. At least now I know that it's not like, sorry, there's a fly. It was trying to get in my glasses. But at least now I know, thanks to how to ADHD, that it's not something wrong with me, like I'm retarded or un unable to be around people, um, and something that I can help and need to learn to stop. At least now I know it's my ADHD, and I can do my best to control it with fidget toys and try to get in with the psychologist that my doctor referred me to try to get medication for it, and try to do my best, to better control it and fix it in that way, instead of feeling like there's something wrong with me, or like I'm just never going to be good enough because of something I can't control, which is how I felt my whole life, because that's what I was basically told, that if I couldn't fix myself, nobody would ever want me or ever want to be around me or ever want to spend time with me. And again, this isn't just from my family and from my exes, but my exes did say it, my family did say it. My family does kind of avoid me like the plague. But I'm hoping that if I get on medication, maybe they will stop avoiding me like the plague and stop pretending I'm not there when I'm there for holidays. Stop looking at me like I'm nuts, because the only thing I have to talk about while I'm there is my cats and Sam. I'm sorry I don't have a life. Nobody talks to me. I don't really mind that nobody talks to me, because I usually don't like what people have to say when they do talk to me. So so I tend to avoid people anyway, because I don't like being hit on by people who aren't Sam, and I don't like being judged for things I can't control. And that's not shit I'm willing to put up with. So I don't need it uh causing issues with my mental health, um or just, you know, in any way affecting my day or my life. I don't need the drama. It's not worth it to me. So, you know, so I just avoid people like the plague, like they tend to avoid me like the plague. We all avoid each other, and it's perfectly okay. I mean, I don't avoid Lindsay. She just gets busy and I get busy, or I get sick, and she understands. She knows that if I don't talk to her for a while, it's because I'm not doing well or I'm just really busy. But but actually I just talked to her the other day about my wrist, so yeah. And she's a busy woman. She works a lot. But she's always there for me when I talk to her. But so I'm hoping I can get on the medication and that the medication will help, and maybe I'll be able to have some form of relationship with my family after that. Um I don't even know what it's like to have a relationship with my mom and my sister. I've just always been the outsider, the outcast, the annoying one, the one everyone's, as a kid, everyone just pushed off of them and sneered at and walked away and was like, get off of me, leave me alone, you know. And then, you know, since then, as I got older and older and older, it was just more just ignoring me. No calls back and forth. Um, no messages back and forth. Mom messages me sometimes. Um, she's the only one. Justin does, but seeing as how the only time he ever contacts me is when he's trying to find a way to steal from me, do I really want, or lie to me, or try to manipulate me to talk to our child molester dad, who I want nothing to do with, trying to convince me that he didn't molest us? If you remember it, you can't be convinced that it didn't happen. So, yeah, not too crazy when I hear from my brother, my older brother. I don't hear from my twin. We have no relationship at all. The only time I see him is on holidays, and really all I get from him, out of him is hi. If I see him in a store, which I don't anymore because I moved to another county, but if I saw him in a store in Midland and I went up to say hi, um, first, the minute that he saw me, he would run in the opposite direction to avoid any form of contact whatsoever. And then once I caught up to him, he would act like I was a complete stranger at first, and then he would like make excuses as to why he couldn't communicate with me. And this is someone I see once a year. Once a year, who I shared a womb with. We share a birthday, we share a mom, we shared a womb, and he can't take 5 minutes to talk to me. Yeah. But, I mean, really, his loss, right? I think I'm awesome. I do. I think I'm awesome. I have a lot of really cool interests. I'm a super nerd, which to me is cool. And I have a great sense of humor. And I joke a lot and I laugh a lot. And me and Sam, oh goodness, we are constantly joking around. And me and Lindsay too. Mostly I send her cat pictures because she absolutely adores my cat pictures. They're all her little nieces and nephews. Oh, freak. You want to say hi to Aunt Lindsay? Say hi, Aunt Lindsay. Hi, Aunt Lindsay. I loves you. She does. She loves you, Lindsay. Even though you've never met in person. But I don't know. I don't know if our relationship would actually be a relationship with me and my family if I were on medication, or if they would just keep treating me like I don't matter. I mean, my mom's not as bad as the rest of them. She at least talks to me and, tries to have communication with me. She does have her days where we actually get along. um, but the others, like, they refuse to have any form of contact with me at all. So, I mean, I don't know if medication will actually help that once they see that, once I'm stabilized on it, because it doesn't work right away. Medication does not work right away. It takes time because your body's got to adjust to the new chemicals. So it'll take time for my body to adjust to it. And in that time, I might be a little bit off. But once my body's adjusted to it, hopefully they'll see the change, and that my moods are more calm and stable, and less like bouncing off the walls and, hi, I haven't seen you in a whole I missed you so much, and this is what's going on, and this is what's going on, and this is what's going on, and I have this cat, and this cat, and this cat, and this cat did this, and this cat did that, and my cats, and my cats, and my cats, and fidget toys, and my cats, and Sam, and my cats, and Sam, and fidget toys, and how are you guys doing? Oh, I missed you guys so much. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't blame them, but but I mean, still, nobody deserves to be treated the way I've been treated literally my entire life, and am still treated because of something I can't control. I know I'm annoying. I know I am. I'm 100% aware of it. 100%. I annoy myself even. If I'm annoyed by it, I 100% understand how somebody else can be annoyed by it. But anyway, I really do need to get better lighting in here because it looks like my face is like sectioned off by the light because it's not daylight in here. But anyway, oh no, I don't know if it'll change my relationship with them, but I'm kind of hoping that once I'm on meds and it's stabilized, that they'll notice the difference once I actually am around them again, and they can like start changing their behavior towards me and maybe want to talk to me more often and have a relationship with me. But I mean, I've gone this long with them ignoring me. I'm so used to it. I'm happy. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy with Sam and the cats and Lindsay, and pretty much mostly that's it. Like, I have my church friends too, but I don't really talk to people all that much. And I find it peaceful. I don't know if I'll want it more if I actually start getting people who want to talk to me and be around me. Or if I'll just be like, damn, I wish I could go back to people not wanting anything to do with me. I don't know, because I'm not there yet. I won't know until I'm there. I guess we'll see, right? Once I'm on the meds, I guess we'll see if people's attitudes towards me change and I become less annoying to them and they end up wanting to spend more time with me, or if they don't and it just continues to be, me just enjoying my solitude, or if they get like that where they change their attitude toward me and I either love it or I hate it. I want to go back to being a hermit loner. It's kind of peaceful though, because I'm poor, so I can't really afford to go out with people and go out to lunch and go shopping and stuff. So I can't really afford to socialize. And I don't really have the health and energy to socialize because I can't really go out and go shopping and go to lunch and not go straight to crashing on the couch afterwards. Which I don't have a couch, it's currently my bed. So I mean, when I was younger, I probably would enjoy that stuff more, but I don't have the money for it and I don't have the health for it anymore. So it's like, I don't like outings and gatherings anymore unless it's with Sam. I mean, sometimes I like doing it with my mom when we're getting along, but she knows I'm kind of almost always broke, so she usually goes out of her way to take care of it for me and make sure I don't have to pay for anything. And, but Sam does his best to do that too when we go out, but I try. When I have money, which I haven't had money since I moved here, but when I lived at my old place, sometimes I'd have a little extra money laying around and I could like afford to splurge on a meal. But so yeah, they try to make it easier on me when we go out. But I don't know. It's easier with Sam than it is with my mom because, and I don't know if it's the ADHD or if it's something else, because she'll go from perfectly fine and laughing and giggling and joking and just having a great time to the next thing I know she's about ready to like strangle me and attack me and shit, and like out of nowhere it seems. And then she starts going, I've been trying to deal with you all day, and I'm like sitting there like, damn, just chill. Let's calm down now. But I don't know if it's the ADHD or if it's something else. So hopefully the meds will help my relationship with my mom. Um, if it does, good. God, I hope so. Because I would really like to have a relationship with my mom. I had an amazing relationship with my grandma, and after she passed away, I really missed it. And I still really miss it. And I just really wish I had that with my mom. Um, because I do love her like that. I love her just as much as I loved my grandma. Still love my grandma. But it's just when I never know what her reaction of being around me is going to be, whether we're going to have a good time or it's going to end in um like serious mental issues for both of us, and end up going home crying and upset and not knowing how to deal. I don't want our relationship to be that. I want it to be the good times we have together. You know, I want that with her. I've always wanted that with her. And every time we have fights like that, it feels like that relationship with her, of the happy relationship where we get to have fun and laugh and giggle and shop and just have fun together and watch TV together. It feels like every time we have those scary, horrific fights, like it's just stolen from me. And I want it. I want it, and I don't want it to go away and turn into something bad. I want it to stay something good and fun and memorable, and have those memories with her, because she's not going to be around forever. And honestly, neither am I. We're both getting older. We're both very, very sick with autoimmune illnesses. We both have diabetes. You know, we both have a lot of physical health issues. So I don't want to miss out on having a relationship with my mom if I could have had one, when when maybe possibly all that could have done to get me that relationship with her is get on ADHD meds that, if they work, I should have been put on in elementary school, to be perfectly honest, and not put on the wrong meds in high school. But, if we can have that relationship, I would really like to have that before something happens to one of us, because we're sick and we're not going to last forever. And, I know I have issues with my stepdad, but I do love him. And maybe the ADHD meds will help me have a better relationship with him too, because he does tell me a lot that his problem with me, and mom tells me a lot that her problem with me is that I'm too hyper and they can't stand to be around me. So maybe if I take care of the ADHD, maybe I'll have a better relationship with my family. Maybe I won't miss out on it before something happens to them or something happens to me, and I can have maybe what I had with my mom, with my grandma, with my mom. I mean, I can hope. But anyway, I have droned on for way too long with you guys, and you're probably like, oh my God, lady, shut up. I'm sorry if that is what you're thinking. I'm so sorry. See, this is why I need meds. Or at least need to try them. But anyway, if they work, great. Because I think I need them. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a beautiful night or beautiful day, whichever it is when you guys watch this video. And please like, share, and subscribe. And Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And have fun this Christmas and the other holidays. By the time I post this, it might already be Yule. And as some of you know, I do celebrate Yule. I celebrate Yule and Christmas. So, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and any other holiday, Christmas-oriented holidays, happy or merry, of those two, happy holidays. Oh, are you okay, Everett? She just face planted on the table. Oh, my poor girl. Come here, baby. You don't want me to come here? You don't want me to give you kisses and make it better? Okay, I'll give you kisses later. Anyway, she seems to be fine. She looks fine. I'll give her kisses later anyway. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.